Today is the annual Tour de Felasco, which is a ride at San Felasco in Alachua, Florida. And this is a ride that I've covered in other videos in the past, but I'm doing it again today because it's so hard to get my hands on new bikes for bike reviews that I'm doing more ride videos. So this is a ride that's not a race. You start whenever you want. You can start, it's technically between 7:30 and 8:30. I'm actually waiting till 9 because it was 41 degrees this morning and I don't want to wear a bunch of clothes and then have to try to store them in the back of my jersey because it's supposed to get up to 74 degrees today. And so I'm gonna wait a few more minutes to get going here. So on this ride, they used to have a morning route and an afternoon route. This year they're doing 5 stages. And I think the lunch stop is after stage 3. And then you can add a 6th stage to make it a metric century. So if you do all 5 stages, it's 50 miles, which is probably what I'll do today because I've got a bunch of stuff to do this afternoon. So yeah, I'm gonna go finish getting ready and head out. So I didn't prepare really well for this ride. I haven't really thought about it until this morning. I've done it so many times, and so it's just like whatever. But I went to grab my jersey, and I like to wear my local bike shop jersey because they sponsor me. And it was in the dirty clothes, and I only have one right now. I have an old one, but I wanted to wear the new one. So I don't even know which ride I used this on, but it doesn't smell too bad. I think it was maybe even a long gravel ride. So this is the benefit of riding in the winter. If this was summertime, this thing would have like stuff growing on it by now if it wasn't washed. But yeah, it's not too bad. So I've never done that before, just grabbing a dirty jersey. But I want to represent my local bike shop because super cool bike shop is super. All right, let's get going. All right, and we're off. My plan worked. It's a little after 9 and it warmed up a lot. The only downside is I'm probably going to have to pass a lot of people on this ride. Starting off the ride with some double track. A lot of single track on this ride. But at the beginning, some double track. Nice climb here. Had to take my number plate off because it was rattling around right by the camera. That was a no-go. But it's in my jersey to prove at the SAG stops that I did pay for this ride. Ring the bell for my buddy Sean. Your right side. On your right. On your right. On your right. You mind if I come around you? Appreciate it. Have a good one. So this is a really sweet horse trail that's not normally open to bikes that they open up for this. They also open up some hiking trails later on that again we normally don't get to ride. But they have cleared this thing off to where it is super buff. How's it going?
Thank you, David. Ride her up, ride her up. Ride her up.
On your left side. This trail is sweet. It's the closest thing we get to Loam. Oh yeah, nice. What's up? What's up, JD?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. All right, so now we're over on the kind of the running and hiking trails. This is area that we don't normally get to ride. Some pretty cool scenery over here. Got a lot of people coming the other way. He started early this morning. Turn the bell. Alright, looks like we're coming up to sag stop number 1, which means the end of stage 1. Alright, heading out to stage 2. Refilled the water bottle, got a banana, took a little nature break, and we're ready to roll. First stage, I think, was 14 miles. My Garmin only registered about 13. I forgot to put my wheel sensor. I've been riding my transition spur and I had the wheel sensor on there and I forgot to move it over to this bike. So I'm gonna miss some miles on the Garmin, but oh well. It's warming up, took off the vest, still have on the arm warmers. It's a beautiful day. On your left side, on your left. On your left side.
Good, good.
What's cool about this ride is the mix of single track and double track. So usually when we ride out here, it's pretty much all single track, but it's kind of nice to mix it up. And then especially ride single track like this that we normally don't get to ride. There's a kind of a fence in this park that delineates the hiking trails and the biking trails. And so we don't normally get to come over this way. This is a great section. Normally we do this ride coming the other way. big hill. Look at the left side. Oh, this is the best hill to ride.
Heck yeah, man.
Love it. I think we need to go back down and do this like 10 times. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Make us look bad.
Yeah. That's a big one.
So worried that
This section's kind of cool, wide open, a little different than a single track. Like I said, this ride has some good variety to it. That's why I do it. I mean, I ride these trails multiple times a week, but I still like doing this ride every year because it's fun. One, it's just fun to be out here with everybody, but two, it's getting to ride these trails over here that we don't normally get to ride. Actually not sure I've ever done this road before. It's cool. How's it going, man?
All right.
Yeah, I've definitely never done this road before. I don't know if it's new because these power lines were just put up a few years ago. I doubt if they redid them. I don't know. Maybe I've done it. I can't remember. Good morning. Still on the hiking trail side. Some really cool single track over here. Trail has some good flow to it. For a flat trail. On your left side.
On the left, guys.
On your left. On your left side. On your left. Appreciate it. Here's a section that's on the bike trail side, but we don't normally ride it. It's kind of bumpy and grassy. It kind of adds to the variety of the ride today. On your left side. Appreciate it. It's got some decent elevation to it. I come around y'all, left side. Shit. Left side. All right, looks like that's the end of stage 2. Coming up to the sack stop. Well, I hit record on my GoPro more often than I thought, so I'm going to have to break this video up into 2. So this was the first half of the Tour de Felasco 2022. I'll post part 2 in a few days from now where you can see the second part of the ride, to include a popular YouTuber that I passed just before the lunch stop, so you'll have to check that one out. All right, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching.